Hi everyone, welcome back. It is a beautiful day here in Maryland. It is 60 degrees today, which is amazing. So of course I had to come out and start all of my spring cleanup. And I thought that I would start out here in my rose bed, one of the side beds in our landscape, and just begin to work on pruning my roses and cutting back some of my perennials. So I'm going to show you how I do my roses, and then I'm just going to go through really quickly and cut back some of the perennials in this bed today. On the side of our house here is where we have these oh so easy red roses. This is a proven winner's rose, along with some other shrubs in here with a holly and rhododendron, and then some various perennials along the front here. But this is what I'm going to focus on first. You can see that they are starting to get some nice buds forming, and it's now the end of February, so this is the perfect time to start pruning your shrub roses in my zone. I'm in a 7B in Maryland before they really begin to leaf out, and this will just give them a lot of energy to put a lot of that energy into their root development so that they can put on a really good show come probably sometime in June is when these will bloom. So my goal is to really work on thinning these out. You can see that there's lots and lots of branching. You really want to open these up, and my goal is to leave maybe about 8 nice thick stems for them to produce new growth on, and get rid of all the smaller spindly stems. Definitely anything less than the width of a pencil is what I've read as a recommendation. And then just anything that's crossing and anything that is dead for sure. So we're just going to go in and really work on thinning these out and creating more of like an open vase shape for these guys, just to give them lots of room, lots of breathing room, so that there's really good air circulation for these roses. And these roses are very hardy. I don't think I've ever had black spot or anything on them. The proven winners roses are really resistant to disease, so I don't really have to worry too much about all of that, but I still want as healthy of a plant as possible. So let's get to work. I'm just gonna go in and start trimming the height down for some of these first, and just kind of selectively prune as I go along. I don't really have a super detailed process for this, but I'm just gonna kind of let it evolve as it comes. So this right here is a nice thick stem, and I'm gonna just go in. I'm probably gonna keep this one. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cut it right above the bud so that bud produces some nice new growth. And I'm probably cutting around 18 inches to 2 feet. You can cut even lower than that. A rejuvenation prune would be about 12 inches. That would really, like if the plant wasn't doing super great the previous year, you could definitely cut it down to 12 inches. And the rule of thumb is that the plant will grow back by about twice the size of what you cut it down to. So this should grow back to be about 4 feet tall, about the size that it is now, if I prune it down to about 2 feet. And this right here is a real small spindly stem. It's definitely less than the width of a pencil, so I'm just going to cut that. I cut that all the way down to the bottom and get rid of that one. And then I'm just going to keep working my way through here. I definitely do not have the best gloves for rose pruning. You can buy some thicker gloves that are meant for pruning roses. I really should probably invest in some of those, but I'm just trying to be very careful as I go along here. really getting into the bottom and cleaning up any like dead woody growth that's still down there from previous years, all the little spindly stuff, getting rid of that and just kind of narrowing down which branches, which canes, I guess they're technically called, I want to keep. This is not an easy job when you don't have the right gloves, so I really need to look into the right gloves for this. And I am not a rose like pruner expert by any means, so this is just what I'm doing. And some years I've honestly just went in and cut all of the branches down to about 18 inches and left it at that, and it still looks beautiful. So these shrub roses are fairly easy to maintain, maybe not like some of the other climbing roses that, you know, you really want to kind of form a specific shape and go in a certain direction. These are pretty forgiving. All right, rose number 1 is done. You can see that I just really opened it up in the middle and have this kind of nice vase shape with all the branches kind of going outwards. Anything that was going straight up the middle or crossing one another, I just cut off. And now it's just a nice open shape that will hopefully produce lots of pretty flowers and nice strong stems. Rose number 2 is done. I left about 7 canes on this one. This one was much more spindly than this one over here, so it didn't have nearly as many thick canes to leave, and it does have a lot of this woody growth down here at the bottom that I tried to cut away as much as I could. But I think it'll be fine. These roses really bounce back. They're very, very resilient. So 2 down and 1 to go. Definitely do this with a really sharp pair of pruners. I didn't lose. I misplaced I have a pair of pruners from Hoselink, so I'm just using these really old Fiskars pruners that are not very sharp. So make sure, if you can, that you have a nice sharp pair of pruners. It'll make the job much easier and be better for the rose. Rose number 3 is looking good. Nice open shape to it. I left 8 canes on that one. I think that these all look great. I'm excited to see their flower show come June. I will go in and give these some fertilizer here in March. I just use the Espoma plant tone on everything. I go through my garden and just throw it on everything except for like sedum and things that don't like to be fertilized. Keep it real simple. And then I'll probably spray these with a neem oil real soon to combat like the saw. Is it the sawflies? Is that what it's called? I'm blanking out on their name. The whatever eats the little holes in the leaves, I'll go in and spray these just to help to prevent that from happening. So let's get started on the rest of this cleanup. And I do have quite a mess behind me I need to take out by the fire pit. All right, all that brush is back there by the burn pile for my husband and kids to play around with. And I'm gonna start cutting some things back. I don't have too much to do. I have this incredible hydrangea that I'm gonna cut back. And then coming down here, I have some allium that you can see is starting to push out new growth. So that's the perfect time to begin cutting it back. Clean it up a little bit. And then I have a few daisies right here with some old stems on them that I'm gonna cut down. And really just this sedum. So not a whole lot to do. That should take me no time at all. So let's get it done. This is an incredible hydrangea that I have that is really small. I just put this in last year, so it only has 4 stems on it right now. So I'm gonna come in and cut down to right above a leaf node. I don't know, my phone's not focusing, if you can see that. There we go. And it's just probably like 12 inches from the ground. So I'm just gonna go and find all those little leaf nodes on these stems and cut them down. Hopefully these guys flush out really nice this summer. And nothing to it. That was really easy. For these alliums, you really don't even have to cut them. You can just pull out the old growth. It comes right off real easy. And then I'm just kind of cleaning up the deep of the allium where all the new growth is coming. Just any of the oldies that haven't composted down, I'm just gonna clean up. And that's it. Super easy. Everything is done, all cleaned up, for the coming season. It's exciting. Looking fresh and clean, ready to go. That's all the cleanup I'm gonna do today. I hope that you enjoyed following me along today. It was such a gorgeous day to be outside. I cannot believe it's in the 60s right now. I think that this is gonna be more of the trend moving forward. I see a couple of colder days and nights, but I'm hoping that we're moving upwards in the temperatures. So I hope that you all are doing well, and I will talk to you very soon. All right, bye.